Welcome to Cindy's Crochet Corner. I'm Cindy, and today I'm going to teach you how to properly hold a crochet hook and the yarn. The great thing about crochet is you don't need a whole lot of tools to get started, just a hook and some yarn and you're ready to go. It is easier for beginners if you start with a lighter colored yarn because it's easier to see the stitches, and if you start with a larger size hook. There are different sizes and types and styles of hooks, and there's different sizes and types of yarn, and I will be explaining that in another tutorial. But for this tutorial, it's any hook and any yarn you have is just fine. So let's get started. The first thing you need to learn is how to properly hold the hook. And this is important, and there is a correct way. There's two types of grips in crochet. One is the pencil grip, where you hold it like you hold a pencil, just as it sounds. The other is the knife grip. You hold it like you're cutting food. I choose the knife grip. That's just because that's how I learned, and I've been crocheting for 40 plus years, so during this tutorial I'll be using the knife grip. So once you learn how to properly hold the hook, then you need to get the yarn onto the hook, and we do that with a slip knot. And slip knots are simple to make, but if you haven't done one, they can be a little tricky. So the first thing you do is take the yarn in your non-dominant hand, and you wrap the yarn around your index finger and pinch it between your thumb and your middle finger, making a loop. And then you pull your index finger out, and then you're going to take this tail end of the yarn, that's the yarn that's not connected to the ball of yarn, and you wrap it around your middle finger and around the loop. And then while you're taking your middle finger out, you simultaneously push that tail end through the bottom loop and then pull up. And that's a slip knot. Then you hook it, put it on your hook and pull on the working end of the yarn, and now you're ready to go. Let's watch that one more time. Wrap it around your index finger, pinch it between the thumb and middle finger, pull your index finger out. Wrap the tail end around your middle finger and around the loop, and while pulling your finger out, tuck that tail end through the bottom loop and pull tight. And then put it on your hook and pull up. Now once you've got the yarn onto the hook, you need to know how to properly hold the yarn, and there is a proper way. Many people, when they're first starting out, they tend to hold the hook like this, and they hold the yarn like this, and then when they go to wrap around, it just twirls there on the hook and it goes up and down, and so they have a hard time controlling the yarn. So you do have to control the yarn with your dominant hand, the one that's holding the hook. You control it with your finger here. And then you take the yarn in your other hand and you're kind of pinching it between the thumb and middle finger again, and you're using this index finger. You come around the back side like that, and that's what's holding your tension. Many new beginners start out and their stitches are very loose, and that's fine. Yours probably will be as well, until you learn how to hold the tension. And by holding the yarn this way, you're going to be able to create tension a little more easily. If you want tighter stitches, you just pull your index finger out to make this yarn tighter. If you want looser stitches, you just loosen it up a bit. So now that we have the yarn on the hook and we know how to hold, then we're going to make a stitch. And you do that by wrapping the yarn around the hook, and that's called yarn over, and you'll see that in patterns. It's usually abbreviated YO, and that means yarn over, and it simply means just put the yarn over the hook. And then with this non-dominant hand, you're going to grab this tail end of the yarn and then turn your hook and then pull it through the loop on the hook. Let's watch that one more time. Yarn over, turn, pull through. Yarn over, turn, pull through. And you see I'm keeping the tension here. I'm holding on to my stitches here. Once you get several stitches, then you can move your hand up to hold it even tighter. So that gives you a little more control over the yarn. Yarn over, pull through, and that's a chain stitch. The chain stitch is the basic foundation stitch to many crochet projects, so it's one generally that beginners learn first. I would say to go ahead and start a chain stitch and continue this chain stitch until you're comfortable before moving on to the next, before learning any other stitches. Once you have the chain stitch down and you're comfortable doing this, then it will be much easier to start with the other stitches. Yarn over, pull through. And you can either yarn over several times, pull through, and then readjust this non-dominant hand up the stitches, or you can stitch, do one stitch, and then secure it one at a time like this, moving up the chain with your other hand. Or you can do several, 1, 2, 3, and then move it up. And this way you are controlling the yarn, you're controlling the hook, and things aren't getting all wonky. If you do make a mistake, or if you just want to start over, the great thing about crochet is you can take it out and you can pull, and it will all come out all the way to the slip knot. And then you just start over. One thing I will say is that if you're having trouble and you're getting frustrated, sometimes it's just a matter of changing your grip that makes all the difference. So don't quit, change the grip. Let's try this one more time. I'll show you one more time, kind of in a faster speed, how it goes. And once you learn, it will become like second nature to you. When you first get started, just as in anything, it will be a little cumbersome, but don't give up, just keep trying, and watch this tutorial as many times as you need to figure it out, and it will come to you naturally, and then you'll start crocheting and make that first Afghan or first teddy bear or whatever it is you're wanting to make. Thanks for watching. I will be doing further tutorials, and the next tutorial will be teaching you how to go from the chain stitch to the single crochet, and I will even teach you how to make a little bow, so you'll make something at the end. So if you like this and if it was helpful, please hit the subscribe button and like, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.